Now, about 100 years ago, when we came to this country, the average Indian was 80% Hindu, 20% Muslim, and 1% Christian. So when I have these Hindus getting into the car, I present this to them. I said, when we came, our forefathers 100 years ago, this was our average ratio of our people. But I said, today, you know what? The Muslim is still 20% of the Indian population. In other words, if you lost half a dozen, we might have gained a dozen. Overall, the average remained the same. But the Christian has jumped from 1 to 17% in the Indian community. 1 to 17. So I'm asking, where did the other 16% come from? In a flying saucer? From outer space? No. He agrees quickly. He says it's from the Hindu. So the question arises, why is it that the Hindu is getting converted and the Muslim is not getting converted? Not in total. I mean, we can also lose our sons and daughters, which we are. You see? But if we lost half a dozen, we might have gained a dozen. So overall, the average has still remained the same. But the Hindu has been reduced by 16% in the past 50 years, not 100 years. Because most of this propagation work among the Indians has been done by the Christians in the past 50 years. In 1,000 years, there'll be, the Hindu will be a museum thing, museum piece. This is what's going to happen. Because the way, at the rate at which they are losing, it will be like something should be in a museum. So what are you doing there? So the question is, how is it that the Hindu is getting converted wholesale and the Muslim is not? He knows that. So look, we are not saying, we're not denying that we could have lost our sons and daughters. The young man wanted to show his father a point, or he met a Christian woman and somehow he went head over heels. These things can happen. Or sometimes people can be brainwashed, or mixed marriages. We married non-Muslim women for the marriage of convenience. We converted the woman. Look, among ourselves, there are times when marriages don't work out. And there are more chances of the marriages breaking if the woman is from the other side. Culturally, her stance from everything is different. She is used to jiving and going around with this guy and that guy, half a dozen guys. She has experience, and now you think now you got everybody's chewed bones. Now you put it around your neck, make a garland out of it, and the garland doesn't work. So where do your children go? Back again. She goes back to her aunties, her grannies, and your little ones she's going to church. They also go to church. So we have been losing that way. You see, but as a people, as a whole, we are immune to conversion, as a whole. So what makes it that the Hindu is getting converted and the Muslim not? So he might hazard a guess to say, well, our people are very ignorant about our religion. I said, look, like that, we also have ignorant fools among us. Muslims, who don't know how to read the Quran, they don't know how to make salah, elementary things they don't know about Islam, but they're Muslim, born in a Muslim home, carrying a Muslim flag, and when they die, we'll bury them as Muslims. But perhaps they know nothing about Islam. It's there. From experience, I know it is so. So we also have ignorant people among us, as much as you have. But I said, look, I might explain to you the reason. I may be wrong, but if I'm wrong, I would like you to correct me. I said, you see, the Hindu is a very tolerant person at home, among themselves. Not now in India. They're the most intolerant, you see. But the Hindu in his own family life, he is very tolerant. If one of them, the father says, I believe in Ganesh, the elephant-headed god. The other guy says, I worship Siva, no problem. The other guy says, I worship Hanuman, no problem. The other guy says, I worship Sita, no problem. One says, I believe in one God, no problem. The other guy says, I believe in no God, no problem. The other guy says, I believe in million gods, no problem. No problem. There's no fight. The Hindu will not fight as long as he says he's a Hindu. You say you're a Hindu, you can believe what you like. The only time trouble would start is when he says, now I'm a Christian. Maybe there's a reaction. Now he says, from now on I'm a Muslim. There's a reaction. But if you say you're a Hindu, and you say you believe Muhammad is also a prophet, no problem. You say Jesus is also God, no problem. As long as you retain the label. See? So he is very tolerant as far as that is concerned. And in his system, he believes and he worships man gods, women gods, animal gods, anything, everything. So once he is used to worshipping one type of man god, it is not difficult for him to change from one man god to another. So he is already used to worshipping man gods. And we are all suffering from an inferiority complex. All of us. Whether Muslim or Hindu. We are coming from India. That white man has been ruling us for 150 years. A handful of them, they have knocked hells into us there. They enslaved us for 150 years. And here in this country, a handful of whites, 4 million whites ruling 20 million blacks at the moment, and we can do nothing about it. How do you feel? 20 million blacks, and you can do nothing. Well under control. So we are all by the white man. So this white man comes along into your house. He takes your little brother or sister on his lap, or your daughter or your son, and pats him on the head. How do you feel? Most especially the Hindu, worshipping this man God and that man God. To him, a God has come into his house. He is awed. And then the guy terrifies them. So you want to go to hell. There's an easy way out for you. You believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you'll be saved. Otherwise, all your good deeds are like filthy rags. You're all going to go to hell. So the poor guy is getting converted. But an amazing thing is this, that the Hindu is like, we say in Gujarati, Allah ni Garib Kai, is Allah's cow, free for all. Like our Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, like knowledge is a stray camel of the desert. Wherever you find it, you take it. This Hindu is also willing to be taken. But the Muslim is not selling, is not talking, he doesn't want the fellow. That's genuine. The thing is, the Muslim is really not interested in conversion. The only time he wants to convert our Madrasi brethren, our Tamil Telugu brethren, our Hindustani cousins, you know when? When our daughters are running away with them. Already ran away, maybe registered, maybe carrying his baby. Now she wants your blessings to get her married. That's the only time you are interested in converting the guy. Otherwise, we are actually pushing them out. Because as a young man, I still remember, the elders talking, our Madrasi brother comes along, and sheepishly, he says, he's interested in Islam. And I have been listening to our elders talking, telling them. He said, we'll cut you. We'll cut you. Again and again. We'll circumcise you. But they don't say circumcise because they didn't know that word, stupid. We'll cut you. You want to be cut? So the poor fellow gets cold feet. Actually, this is our way of pushing him out. I don't know whether our mentality has changed. Maybe we don't use those terms anymore. But the mentality hasn't changed. And as a result of that, the punishment Allah is giving us. Our daughters are running away wholesale with the Muslim. Wholesale. And wholesale is a mild term. I like to see a guy coming along to me now and telling me, he says, it is those, they were telling me. My people were telling me. It happens in the corporation barracks. It happens in the magazine barracks. Or now we can see it happens in Chatsworth. It happens in Phoenix. Not my people. We are the Gujarati Bohras. We are Katorians. I say, you're Katorian? Show you your daughter. You say, you're Kulwadian? I say, I'll show you your daughter. What are you? You say, you're Miyabai? I say, I'll show you your daughter. You say, you're Kanami? I say, I'll show you your daughter. There isn't a guy who can say that, look, my community is not immune from this fire. That we are not getting singed. Anybody, who are you? What are you? And my daughter is not your daughter. You have no feeling for, if suppose I lost my daughter. No, you have no feeling. It doesn't hurt you. But unfortunately, it's a very sad thing to say that the Muslim is not interested in wanting to convert. People talk about, doing dawah work. I say, let him carry on. But the community is not interested. They are interested in you. One Muslim is interested in you. They want to convert the converted. See? So you, why don't you keep a beard? Huh? You got a nice beard, Rafiq. Why don't you make it standard size? That other brother I saw has got a nice beard there, but he shaved his moustache. So I says, our Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said that you must trim your moustache, not shave it. Busy with that. Salami or no salami? Salami or no salami? We must lift up our hands in dua or pray like that. Whether we must say dua loudly or silently. Oh, man, we are busy, bashing each other. The slightest little provocation, the slightest difference, we want to kill one another. But the ocean in which we are, we're getting absorbed, our daughters are running away wholesale, and now the Christians are also making inroads. Nobody's interested, nobody talks about it, as if the problem doesn't exist. Because it hurts us to think about it, to talk about it.